Imagine a world where the most dangerous criminals are locked away behind seemingly impenetrable walls. A world where escape seems like a distant dream. But what if one man dared to challenge the system? What if he dared to escape from Mexico's highest security prison, Puente Grande Jail? Joaquin El Chapo. Guzman was the world's most notorious drug lord. He was ruthless, cunning, and wealthy beyond measure. But even his vast resources and power could not protect him from the cold, hard walls of Puente Grande Jail. Or so they thought. In a daring and audacious escape, El Chapo outsmarted the prison authorities and vanished into thin air. His escape made headlines around the world and cemented his reputation as a legend. But the story doesn't end there. The Mexican government was determined to bring El Chapo to justice, and they threw all their resources into capturing him. After a thrilling cat-and-mouse game, El Chapo was finally recaptured in 2016, but his escape remains one of the most daring and legendary prison breaks in history. This is the story of El Chapo's audacious escape, a tale of cunning, capture, and redemption. So, grab your popcorn and let's jump into this thrilling adventure, El Chapo's criminal history in prison bar. But the history of El Chapo's crimes begins long before his imprisonment. Long involved in countless drug cases as well as aggravated shooting and murder cases. Innovation in drug transformation. It doesn't stop there, guys. El Chapo used his brilliant mind to dig underground tunnels to transport drugs to the United States. El Chupalo had gained international fame and made himself a target for the police. First arrest 1993. Finally, in 1993, the police dramatically arrested him. But here too he bribes the higher authorities of the jail and gets all the facilities in the jail which are not usually given to such prisoners. For example, alcohol, long meetings with women, or his close relatives. Escape 2001. One day he escapes by hiding in a laundry basket with the help of a laundry worker, Chito. The number of guards around his cell was reduced. All security guards were El Chapo's bribes, who remained silent even after seeing him escape, and when they were sure that it was no longer possible to catch him, they conveyed the news of his escape to the officers. His escape created chaos in the prison, and a manhunt was launched. But on reaching a winding road, El Chapo was surprisingly given security. His car was changed, and he was taken to a safe place. Armed guards help him escape and belatedly give chase. He remained free for 14 years despite persecution by the Mexican government. Meanwhile, his criminal record grew alarmingly large. He planned to smuggle billions of dollars worth of cocaine into the United States. The Sinaloa cartel became the largest drug cartel in the world under his leadership. Second arrest and third escape, 2014-2015. Mexican and American authorities again set up a mastermind plan and began interrogating El Chapo's close relatives, such as wives, children, and friends. This method proved effective, and El Chapo's communications assistant, a resident of Colombia, was traced. Hacking encrypted network. The authorities got hold of him, and with his help, hacked the encrypted networking system between El Chapo and his gang. This breakthrough allowed them to pinpoint El Chapo's location, leading them to a safe house in Sinaloa, which served as the cartel's headquarters. Finally, on February 17, 2014, the police raided his safe place. After the main entrance of the house, there was a strong ironed gate that was not easy to break, while the forces were busy breaking down the door. Great escape. El Chapo's assistant informed him of the activities outside. He escaped from a location that was known to the forces after his escape. El Chapo, a tunnel fanatic, went into the bathroom, pulled back the bathtub, and escaped through the tunnel below. Second arrest. But the force did not give up and easily arrested him exactly 5 days later, on February 22, 2014, at a hotel Mirmagine, being imprisoned in a fortress where communication with the outside world is impossible. High-security prisons are designed to isolate inmates completely. El Chapo's actual fear. When El Chapo entered this high-security facility, his greatest fear was extradition to the United States, where he faced numerous charges. His only lifeline to the outside world was his lawyer, Oscar Lopez, and his wife, Emma Coronel, who was 32 years younger than him. With mobile phones rendered useless, the odds seemed stacked against him. An ingenious plan of escape. El Chapo's ingenious escape plan began to take shape as he coordinated with Emma to relay messages to his children and followers. Inside the prison, El Chapo had minimal freedom, spending most of his days in a cell under constant surveillance. His ingenious plan hinged on placing a GPS device in the shower area of his cell. This GPS would provide a critical information for the escape, a plan that was audacious but not without risks. Emma's role. The hidden GPS device in the watch was undoubtedly a game-changer plan. In it, Emma, the main character, successfully smuggles despite heavy security, digging a tunnel. The location of the prison was also a big challenge for El Chapo and his gang. A vast and desolate area where there was no room for even the slightest lapse. The tunnel dug to El Chapo's cell also required systematic planning. However, the digging of a secret tunnel was started, a tunnel full of luxuries. More than a kilometer wide and up to 10 meters deep, it included a ventilation system, lighting, and even an air pumping system. Thousands of lights were powered by a hidden generator. All this was a modern tunnel of its kind which was decorated with all kinds of facilities. A big escape. Finally, on July 11, 2015, at 8:10 p.m., El Chapo took the opportunity to tunnel through an exit point hidden in the cell's shower area, from where a member of his gang escorted him to a ready vehicle, and he was then whisked away in a private jet to the Sky Fortress at the foot of the mountains, far away and safe from the prying eyes of the authorities. Deputy Chief of Security's role. The most prominent character in all of them was Damaso Lopez, the prison's deputy chief of security, who was bought by El Chapo with a huge bribe. Surprisingly, the whole process was done by Chapo's most trusted colleagues. But as soon as the news of the escape spread, it shocked the authorities of both countries. Third arrest, 2016. With the help of modern technology and public support, after a short span of just 6 months, El Chapo is easily arrested from his safe place. Interestingly, even after his third arrest, El Chapo did not give up and tried to escape for the third time, but this time the security was tightened, due to which Chapo's attempt to escape was thwarted. El Chapo's sentence. His case was presented in the American court, where he was sentenced to 30 years in prison, as well as life imprisonment. He now resides at ADX Florence Supermax, a fortress-like prison in Colorado. El Chapo's wife, Emma, was sentenced to 36 months in prison for aiding and abetting her husband's crimes. According to reports, Emma has now been released. This was the story of a world-famous drug criminal, which became a big challenge for Mexican and U.S. authorities. An intelligent, brave, and persistent criminal who made his unique mark in the world of crime. How admirable do you think El Chapo's courage, bravery, and persistence are? Should he left the country after his second escape? Be sure to let us know your opinion in the comments box. See you in another video.